today. From Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And we see the Bills offense take the field here at quarterback Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Singletary to get the drive started. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 52 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
On 2nd and 7, Allen. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Tua. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Dolphins have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. Now Allen. And he finds his man. That's Sweeney.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Throwing now is Allen. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. Dolphins offense returning to the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 and the finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, but something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. 7 yards there and a first down. Now Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Allen will try again on 2nd down. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Tua going to throw. They're going deep for Hill. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. It's a big play there for Miami. 53 yards. To another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bills, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
From the 35 on second down, Tua flushed out right. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. He'll get it inside the 20, and he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Dolphins go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Allen now looks to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Allen on third. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be fourth down. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at about the 14. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. In motion left goes a tight end. Throwing on 2nd down. Tua. And going deep for Hill. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 60 yards. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
Dude, really? Unfucking believable.
That'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to pass. Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To the air, Allen. They'll roll him out right. This one caught by Crowder. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
This ball complete to the tight end, Sweeney. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Allen now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Down at the 25.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Allen. And Diggs has it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First grab so far for Diggs. It's a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills get a bit closer. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way.
He's got a man complete and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races down the right side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Look at that. When do you ever see that?
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Allen going to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Isaiah McKenzie, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. It's been quite the game for him individually, a trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A give up the middle to Singletary. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Going deep for Diggs. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at the 40. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. After the turnover, it's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no thought of a return here for Hines. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Play action. Now it's Allen. Out to his left. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Bills are going to get it back here just past the 35. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. He'll check this down to Hines. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Emmanuel Ogbah. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit.
This from 36 yards out. The kick by Bass is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They hand it off to Mostert, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st down, Allen works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. Well, that front.
It's not even 2 steps. It's 1 step. It's 1 step. This is fucking bullshit.
Frustration, Charles. It's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Good games all over the screen there, one being at MetLife Stadium. A big one for the Jets as they get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. Then later, they'll let the sun die down a bit in Tampa. A late start here in Florida, where it'll be the Buccaneers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Then on Sunday night, this one will be very interesting. The Patriots head west to take on their former offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels, and the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This one fielded at the 5, and he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun, and he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Brought down by Ed Oliver.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. They find some open field here.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Let's go. 45. White. Here we go. D, get off the field. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. You can't hang. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Hawkins, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I got you. You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
A give. This is Wilson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Watch the ship. Check pink. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Another carry for Wilson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 12, 10. Check 25. Switch. Check 9. Check 9.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 56 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 52. Ready, go.
Wilson will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. Well, familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The slot man in motion right.
Let's get there. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Yeah.
On 2nd down, it's Hawkins, and tackled down after a gain of 3. He leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
There you go, partner. That's some old school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser at fullback and let him get the job done.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 67 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Then he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills going to take over again on offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quay Walker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
On the ground, it's Wilson. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 78 yards rushing now from Mostert as he picks up a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Wilson with a 1st down carry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Under crunch.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This offense so far on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on for the 5th time here today. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line.
They'll run with Wilson.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
Second down, Gaskin. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. First down, Hawkins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll try and run with Wilson.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Allen again.
That's complete to Davis. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Allen. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
And that one will be no good. He never had it online. It's well wide to the left, and they will remain well behind. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Miami, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.